I actually thought the martial arts were really good. One of my things is that Hollywood, for some reason, can't do martial arts. They're just not good at it, and I don't know why. And I thought this was like an average Hong Kong action movie, which makes it heads and shoulders above what Hollywood does. So I kind of enjoyed it on that level.
I don't know. It just didn't gel with me. And what I hate as well is the choppy action, or where they cut consistently. They they use too many cuts and they don't let it flow. I feel like that's a symptom of a lot of like modern action movies, a lot of superhero movies as well, where they just kind of like cut, and nothing ever feels like it's flowing, and it feels like we're just, I don't know, you never really feel the weight or the impact of the fight because of all the cuts that are happening in between.
I think the editing is really the biggest weak point. The reason I kind of liked it is that I grew up watching like Hong Kong action movies. And if you've seen some of those, most Hollywood action sequences are not impressive. Martial arts movies just have, like the good ones, or even just the average ones, have like this flow to them and this choreography to them. They're very athletic. The actors typically are real martial artists, right? Which I think has generally been the case with Karate Kid movies. I think the major actors have tended to have martial arts backgrounds. It's like I've not researched all of them, but it's at least the case for some of them. A good martial arts movie will be full of real martial artists. They will have good choreographies. They will have inventive, creative choreographies. They will make good use of their environment. And many Western action movies don't really do this, not in the same way. And there were a couple of fights in this. They by themselves, they're very small and they were not that remarkable, but they did this, right? So for example, the back alley fight where Li Fong makes good use of the garbage container, that was pretty good. Like that's above average. Like this is like most action movies will not do this, right? There's this thing where the hero is outnumbered and so they must use kind of the different opponents against each other, like where they will engineer a situation where one of the bad guys punches the other guy or kicks the other guy, because that's the only way you can defeat your opponents when you're outnumbered, like 3-1 or whatever. And it did that. When Mr. Han shows up and he kind of tests Li Fong by pretending to be a burglar. And like I think Li Fong's head bumps against the light switch like several times. And every time it bumps, the light goes on and off, and then you see Mr. Han's face and then you don't see it again. And that is a classical Hong Kong martial arts movie trope where you kind of use, like you have a fight scene, but you use the environment in comedic ways. And this movie did this in a couple of different places. And I was just smiling whenever I did that because I missed that. And almost every time when I complain that an action movie is underwhelming, like especially if it's just CGI vomit for 20 minutes and it's just explosions and running and shooting, like that's kind of the kind of thing I'm missing. It's a very small thing, right? This is not genius, right? This is not top tier action choreography, but it's having a little bit of fun and it's a little bit of skill. That's like the minimum hurdle for a fight scene for me. And this movie did it in a couple of different places.